Hi everybody, good afternoon. Estelle is here, totally different time for me, right? Well, what we're gonna do today is we are going to recreate one of the most liked looks I've had on Facebook. So, I actually don't have any makeup on. I was working out in the yard and finally getting some time to do that. So we are gonna just start. I hadn't done a Facebook, I hadn't done, get ready with me in a very long time. I'm trying to keep my videos pretty short, but this was the look I got the most likes on, so I figured why the heck not? And let's recreate it, okay? So I'm actually, what I just put on my eyelids is eye primer. I put that on both of my lids, and I actually do put that on my nose. My nose just tends to be one of those little spots that is hard to cover for some reason. So that's what we're gonna do. And I start with doing my eye makeup first, and then we will move along. There we go. I was like wondering what was with the angle. We're gonna do eye makeup first, and then we're gonna move along and do our foundation. Okay, so we got eye primer on, and then what we're gonna do is we are going to start off with eyeshadow palette 1, okay? And we are going to work on the crease, all right? So this actually comes in the Presenter's Kit. This is one of my favorite palettes. As you can see, this one looks good on pretty much everybody. And I'm gonna take this really medium color brown, and this is what's gonna go in our crease. So I am not sure why, out of all the looks I've done, why that look came out and was so liked, but we're gonna see if I can recreate it. I've worn it a couple different ways since then. So this is our transition color, okay? You want a color that's a little bit darker than your lids, and I am going above my crease, okay? So this is my transition color. And we are gonna be using palette 1 along with a splurge cream. So we're gonna do our transition color first, then we're gonna actually move on to our splurge cream shadow, and we are gonna be using it in Bittersweet. That is the color, and I forgot my cream shadow brush. So the cream shadows come with this really cool brush. It's pretty firm bristled, and you can apply this with your fingers if you want. This is a nice peach color, and we're gonna cover all of our lids with this, and you wanna pat it on. This is a matte color, and it's okay that we're going in our transition color because we're actually gonna come back and we're gonna darken up our crease and give it a little bit more of a smoky eye. So that is a-okay. So this is a nice neutral peach color, especially if you have green or brown, and even blue eyes will look really, really good. So I use the eye primer, but a little trick, if you are using our splurge cream shadows, it already has primer in it and you don't need more primer, but it is honestly just out of habit that I do use it, okay? So that is Bittersweet, really beautiful peachy color, okay? So we've got that on there, and then we're gonna take our crease brush, this one, pretty nice and small. And guys, if you like what you're seeing, I would love it, and thank you so much for sharing. We're gonna go into the darker color here, and we are going, this is just going into our crease and outer V, okay? So this is gonna kind of help smoke it out. And you see how I got that right there? That's okay, we'll come back with some more cream shadow there. That's the good thing about makeup. You can always fix it. So what else did y'all do? Today the kids were off, I was off, and we like ran the rows until like half the day, and then I got some yard work in. All right, so that is it for that, and then we're gonna take our deluxe brush, and we're gonna do some blending and get rid of some of the harsh lines, and then we're gonna come back and touch up where I want that bittersweet to look a little bit brighter, okay? And then I'm going to show y'all what I like to use for my eyeliner. I use eyeliner, but not very often. Okay. So we're going to come back. Let's go back with our bittersweet so we can add it to where we kind of did some little oopsie doopsies. All right, I want this to be. And we can fix that line. I want it right up in here, and I want it to really pop. Come back a little bit more right there. And y'all, once y'all do this, it really doesn't take very long. Okay. So that's that. All right, so a cool little trick, and what we're gonna use as our eyeliner is we are gonna take Faithful, which is the chocolate brown splurge, okay, and we're going to take our angled shadow brush and we're going to use that as our eyeliner. See how awesome of a line it makes? Love the splurge cream shadows. They're like my best friend. And I do like the sparkle ones. I like the matte ones. I like them all. And I will not do a winged eyeliner because I suck at them. Totally cannot do that. It's just not happening. Not gonna do it. All right, so we've got that on. And we're gonna take our deluxe brush. What happens is when you put the splurge on, it dries to a powder finish. So I'll put it on and kind of let it dry out a little bit, and then you can do your blending. Alrighty. So there we go. All right, let's get some, so that's almost done. We're almost done with our eyes. Can you believe it? Hold on one second. You must curl your lashes. I was looking for one. Curling our lashes, all right, and then we're gonna get our mascara on. I tried to get all my stuff together and it just was not happening. Okay, so as far as we're gonna use for our highlight and stuff, we're gonna use the brow kit. We're gonna use this cream color here. And we are gonna put it right there. Look how pretty that sparkle is. And yes, with your finger is how you're gonna apply it, for sure. And then you're gonna kind of smooth this out so you fix your transition. All right, so if you're just joining, I am recreating one of my most likes on Facebook. It is Shadow Palette 1 and Bittersweet, which was the new splurge cream shadow that we had last month. All right, so we're gonna put our mascara on, the gel mascara, and this is a quick little tip, guys. Especially if you have a new bottle, you can put too much gel on, and you do not want to do that, okay? If you put on too much gel, then what's going to happen is it's just going to clump all your fibers together, with all your lashes together, okay? So we don't want to do that. So you put a light coat of gel, and then I'm doing my fibers. And you're going to kind of see, I kind of like do gel, fibers, and then I kind of do another part of my face. And then I'll come back and redo the mascara. The reason I do my eyes first is so in case there's any fallout, it won't mess up my foundation. But what? Just gel fibers, no mascara. What? Have you not tried this? Did y'all see that we were voted like the #2 mascara? Or I don't know. Yeah, something. You gotta get some. Have you not tried it? You need to come find me. I always have some on hand. And you have got to try the gel. It is like the best. All right, let's get our fibers on this eye. And as you can see, I just kind of go, swish it around, top, coat both sides, okay? Kind of do some shimmy shaking. And I just keep trying to go on there until my lashes are like, nah, I don't want any more fibers, you know? I've got so much commotion going on in my house right now. It's not even funny. All right, gel fibers. Okay, so I'm only doing one coat. All right, so now we're gonna throw on this coat. This is the sealing of the fibers. So because I wear glasses, I only will use one coat now because they hit my glasses if I put any more. All right. I mean, like really, how easy is it? Okay, so next step is we are gonna put some primer on our faces. Have you seen my video that I made with the orange? If you have not, you need to go back or let me know if you want to see it and I will tag you in it because you have got to see the whole importance of primer. So this is the primer. This is part of the Flawless 4 this month, guys. I need 4 more people. Who wants to try this amazing deal, okay? The Flawless 4, you get the primer, you get the liquid foundation, you get the liquid foundation brush, and you get concealer. It is a stupid crazy deal. It's only till the end of the month, so time is running out, but if you want it, let me know. We'll color match you. We'll get you all hooked up. Okay, so we have primer. We're gonna let the primer sit for about 5 minutes, and while that's sitting, we're gonna put our second coat of gel. I like to end it with 2 coats of gel, just to be on the safe side, okay? And this one, I don't really concentrate so much on the back side, just more on the front side and just kind of getting those lashes really to kind of curl and pop. All right. So this is my second gel coat at the end. This is how I finish it. So I'll do gel, fiber, gel, gel, and then that's it, okay? And we'll let them dry. Thank you guys for sharing my video. I really, 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 really appreciate it. So the primer is on my face. You ideally let it sit for about 5 minutes. It kind of gets in all your cracks and crevices so that way your makeup doesn't settle in there. It also will help your fine lines and wrinkles so they don't show up because as older ladies, we don't want that. We're trying to hide our age. So we're gonna do some concealer next. So what I like to do is I like to take a touch of the primer and put it on the back of my hand. Okay, I just have a tiny drop. And then we're gonna take the concealer and I'm using a tiny drop and I use the color Organza. I can also use the color Velour. And then I'm gonna take one of our little blending buds and I'm gonna kind of mix that up on the back of my hand and we're gonna apply our concealer under our eye as well as any places we deem necessary. So blackheads, blemishes, you know, red spots, wherever you need extra coverage, that's what this time is for. So I'm putting it under my eye, in my corners, and I like to put it all the way up here because you want to bring that highlight up that way. You can even go down your nose. You can go right up in here. This is where you want stuff to be lighter, okay? You can also go with your chin. Let's do this side. All right, working it up, working it up. And I like, we have two, this is, we have a pair of blending buds. This is the smaller of the two because I just find it's easier to get up underneath my eye. Okay, remember, bring that highlight up and out them. Get your corners, and there you go. We got our chin. So did you see how much concealer I really use? Like hardly any, okay? So we've got our concealer on, and now we're gonna do our liquid foundation. All right, so this is also in the Flawless 4. I use the color Taffeta, and you're also gonna get your brush to go with it. All right, gotta have the liquid foundation brush. All right, so you apply your drops around the edge. You do not go in the center, because if you put it in the center, you are going to suck up, and it's going to suck up all your product. I'm having issues with my little, what's wrong with my dropper? Hello? Hold on, that one's weird. Okay, I'm gonna try this again. My dropper. Oh, let's do this. Hold on. Technical difficulties. Problem fixed. Okay, I use about 5 drops, guys. That's what I use. Okay? Then, so I kind of do sploosh, sploosh. You like the technical terms? Me too. Alright, kind of get it all up in the areas, and then you start smoothing it in. Circular strokes, okay? So this is the third part in the Flawless 4, okay? This is the liquid foundation, the liquid gold. This was like super hot last, we were like out of stock in this for like forever. So what I like about this product, which I never wore liquid foundation before, is it goes on liquid, but it dries to a powdered finish. You're never gonna feel anything this smooth and silky that's gonna give you this good of a coverage and not feel like you are super duper cakey with heavy, heavy makeup on, because who the heck likes that? Not me, okay? So, I'm gonna finish getting this all on here. Have you seen Lulu? No, I have not seen Lulu. She's probably locked in your room, Sophie. In the Sophie room of hell that's like, who else's kid is a slob? I swear mine is. Alright, so we've got it all mixed in. Okay. Now, you can go on top of that if you want. If you're super oily, sometimes I am, and it's getting warm and it's humid. So you don't have to go over it with anything else. But sometimes I like to. So I'll take our pressed powder with my puff brush, because I don't really want extra coverage. I'm just putting this so that way I kind of make sure it stays dry. So I'm just going to take Taffeta, which is the same color I use in the foundation, and we're going to puff it all over my face. Alrighty. So we are recreating my most liked look on Facebook. No idea why it turned out to being the most liked one, but it did, so we're going with it. Alright, so next step is we are going to add a little bit of dimension. We already put concealer as highlighter, but we're going to add a little bit more dramatic. And I'm taking Velour in the pressed powder, and we're going to just add a little bit more dimension under my eyes. This is my highlighting and contouring. This is a little bit complicated, highlighting and contouring. Actually, I take it down a notch because some people go really jack crazy, but this is like another step up, okay? So it's like an intermediate contouring. That's how I'm gonna classify this. Okay, so we're gonna take some bronzer. And we are going to make ourselves lose some weight. That is what we do. We are contouring. We are taking bronzer, and we are adding some definition. to our cheeks. And we are losing the iPad. That's awesome. That's a good one. I'm trying to get it because there's a little bit of a shadow on this side. So we're trying to give ourselves some more definition. We've got our cheeks cut in. We are putting it under our chin so our chins look smaller. Then we're going to come in with the bronzer in a little bit lighter color. I have a huge forehead. So we're going to kind of cut that down a little bit darker. Okay? And then we're also going to go on both sides of our nose. Not in the center, but on the sides of our noses, okay? Then the next step we're going to do, we're almost done. We're going to do our brows, okay? I think that's it. Okay, let's do some baking and then we're going to do our brows because I like to let this stuff sit. So this is the new setting powder, okay? And you do a light dusting, and this is to help get everything situated in place, okay? Now, if you tend to crease under your eyes, then you would go in there and you would kind of put this on real heavy and let it sit for a good 5 minutes and then dust it off. But this goes on translucent. It actually helps keep everything in place. I absolutely love it. And that is one of the things that I'm contributing to letting, I have issues with stuff staying on my nose all day, and that actually really helps. Okay, we're doing brows, and I don't want to keep you long, so we're just going to use my eyeshadow palette and not the brow palette, and we're just going to go back with this Forthright color and my shadow brush, and we're going to just do this super duper quick. So quick right there, huh? I better slow it down, girlfriend. All right, so brows, guys. You got to do your brows. It is super duper important. It makes a world of difference. And I'm going to show you how we're going to clean it up, make it look super duper fancy in a second. But hello, look at the difference. Brows, no brows. Today I didn't even do my brows while we were running the roads. I put on just some BB cream and I actually put on some luminizer as my eyeshadow. I mean, I went super duper basic and I felt so naked all day. So it's like, I need to do something tonight. I need to do a little get ready with me, recreate something everybody really liked. Okay, so let's kind of figure out how we're going to clean this up, okay? We are going to take some of Victoria's Splurge Cream Shadow, which is like my favorite, which is like super duper multi-use, and we're going to take our Splurge Cream brush, and we are just going to go in there and use it to help clean up our line, okay? Super duper easy, but it makes everything look clean and smooth, okay? Then we're gonna come back with the brow palette, that pretty little iridescent cream color, that one that we used earlier. I'm just gonna put it on there. Make sure everything's nice and smooth. Blend it out so we don't have any lines, right? We are totally almost done. All right. Just smoothing it out with my deluxe brush. All right, so 2 more steps. Next step, new thing. Luminizers, right? Luminizers. So we are going to use a powder luminizer with our fan brush, and this is the iridescent. So you want to put luminizers where the sun's going to hit. This one kind of makes you look like a glazed donut. And Check that out. Can you see that with the light is hitting out the window? You want to put it on the top of your cheeks. Y'all, I didn't even put blush on. I'm just so over it today. Put it down your nose. Put it on your chin. But you see that? That little shimmer? That's your luminizers right there. Okay. We do need to put blush on. I have to have blush. Who doesn't wear blush? Totally. I knew I was forgetting something. I'm like just so. We should put a little bit off. So usually I'll put the blush on after I do the bronzer, and then I'll do your luminizer. Okay, so lips. This I think is what kind of brought the whole darn look together. So it was lots of golds, peaches, and so what I did was I took a Victoria Splurge, okay, and I put that on my lips first. I keep dropping stuff. I keep losing stuff. Did you find her?
Yeah.
Where was she?
She was under the extra bed. Bed. You know how she likes to get on.
Oh yeah, eating air conditioning filters. Okay. So I put the Victorias on my lips, and then I took the Pearly Luminizer. Sophie, that looks creepy.
No, it doesn't. She's cute. She wears a bathing suit. She's just funny.
And I use this on my lips.
I'm taking my headband back.
And I think that had just pulled the whole look together. And I don't know. People liked it. So there you go. Alrighty guys, that is it. Y'all have an awesome evening. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you saw it's really not that hard. I don't even know how long I've been on for, and I've dropped stuff and oopsie doopsie. So this is the most liked look on Facebook. I'm not really sure what happened or why. But anyway, this is eyeshadow palette 1 mixed in with Bittersweet, the Splurge Cream Shadow, which is like a peachy color. And a luminizer on my lips, which people tend to like. This bottle of luminizer will last forever. I mixed this in with my liquid foundation too, and it is awesome. So y'all have a good day. Let me know if you want to try the Flawless 4. You have less than a month to get it. Y'all have an awesome day. Bye.